So I'm driving along, minding my own business tonight, and I get this message from the universe that says, how you drive is who you are. And I'm like, that's interesting. You can't fool anybody. It's like you may act a certain way out in the world or whatever. You get in the privacy of your car and you just think you're invincible, or you think you could bulldoze everybody, or your temper really comes out, So I thought, wow, that's so true. It was really true. So they wanted me to do a video on it. And I think in large part for your guys' protection over the holidays. Okay. I thought I'd offer up some tips on how you could look at things when you're in your car. And if you work on yourself in your car, then it can also help you with your life outside of the car. All right. So first thing that you can remember or realize or stop to think is, and you guys, a lot of you, I feel like you're already doing this, but imagine that the universe is saving your life by delaying you, or by making that car cut you off and making you slow down or slam on your brakes. Whatever it is that's happening, try to see it as the universe like intervening to save your butt, and say thank you, whatever that was. Thank you so much. Really, everything is so intricately timed. It's unbelievable, you guys. I mean, it blows my mind. You've probably met people in a faded way where you just ran into someone randomly and it's like, man, if I would have been 1 second sooner or later, I would have missed that. So everything is supposed to be just as it is. And some of it's just to bring your awareness to some pent up feelings you have. If you're going into a rage and getting really pissed off or something like that, then that means you've got some pent up feelings that you need to get out. So for those of you who have that issue, learn how to deal with your feelings somehow. And, there's a lot of different tools out there. You can look at my resources page for those. But those, with outright rage probably have so many feelings to get out that you guys need to go to like somewhere deep in the woods by yourself and just scream and yell, or take like 24 eggs and go, hit a tree with those eggs. Ask the tree if that's cool. Just be like, I'm mad at you. I'm just can I just use you for this exercise? Make a deal with the tree. Because trees are alive too. They can get hurt feelings too. So do something though to get out those feelings, or do Byron Katie's work, or whatever it is that brings you peace. You guys know what works best for you. All right. And then I got this really cool tip from Matt Kahn that I love using. If somebody does something like unexpected, or like tonight, I pulled up and and then I was leaving somewhere and I look over and this guy comes up in this big truck and he takes over 2 parking spots. And this isn't even like, this is next to me, like on the other side of me. He leaves this truck running, nobody in it, pops out, leaves the lights on, like leaves everything in, and then goes inside to like go stand in line and go get food. And I'm like, oh my God, he just like, what? Nobody can even park there now. He's like taking up 2 spots. I was like, what an asshole. I was like, I want to see what he looks like. I just want to see what kind of an asshole parks like that, And he was like all diagonal, and it was like nobody else existed in the world but him, And I was like, I gotta see this guy. I gotta see what this guy looks like. And I only caught like a little glimpse, but I was like, yeah, okay, And then I just got to thinking about how we're all like, as you're driving around on the road, there's slow pokey people. There's the people that like they won't even go near that like crosswalk or like, the white line you're supposed to stop at. Like your bumper should like come up to about right there to that white line, right? That's like waiting at a traffic stop or something like that, or like at a stoplight. But there's people who stay like 15 feet back from even going up to that line, which then, affects everybody else in line. And then there's the people who like speed up and they're like erratic, or they're wandering way off the road, or they get distracted. I mean, there's like every personality on the planet is on the road and they're driving like their personalities, there's every expression. So, the way that you tolerate or deal with all the different personalities says a lot about you. So, one thing that you can say that I was going to say that I got from Matt Kahn was to be able to say, I respect your power. And I know it's like, no, wait, how am I going to respect that person's power? That asshole who park like that, and it's like, yeah, because anybody who has to like assert themselves or be rude or be mean or be like bullying or any of that, like kind of coming at you energy, aggressive or anything like that, those people are like, they have like little man's complex in a way. Sorry if you're a little person, but you know what I mean? Like a little dog, like a Chihuahua may act like a Saint Bernard because it's like, I don't know, that's a bad analogy. Anyway, it's like seriously, there is a little man's complex. It does exist, and like these shorter people who are insecure about that will act like really big and tough to act like they're taller or bigger or stronger, So what happens is when you don't feel validated, when you don't feel like you're actually heard, then you have to blah out to the world. Everywhere you go. And so in a way, though, it's maybe the only way that they're able to be in their power. It's the only way they're able to like be passive aggressive for a moment, to say the thing matter. And if you take away, like, you're not necessarily condoning the behavior that they're doing, but you're like acknowledging the power behind it. It's like, good for you. Do you ever think like, man, I wish I could just scream and holler at somebody? I don't have the nerve, nor do I feel like I would not want to take on the consequences of that, right? So you kind of cower and you're like, oh, always got to be nice and polite, please, thank you, and we have to be these people pleasers. God forbid we should actually lose our temper and lose our shit, right? So the more that we can see the power behind what they're doing, you can almost like be proud of people. Good for you. Good for you yelling at me like that. Good for you cutting me off. You can be like, I respect your power is the key phrase. I respect your power. And I even add to it, good for you. Maybe they don't do that in any other area of their life, but they just allowed themselves to do it just for a second. And it's the parts of us that we repress and say that we can't be that way that makes us more of it. And it's like, if we never allow ourselves to be angry, for example, you might end up going to a wedding and losing your stuff at everybody and getting really drunk and just being totally belligerent. So it'll come out in an unhealthy way if you don't acknowledge that it's okay to have that part of your human experience. Human beings have egos and are capable of feeling anything and doing anything on the planet. The more that you say you shouldn't do that, the more you're going to. Or you're going to just judge the hell out of anybody who does because it's not fair, because you can't do it. So the more we accept that all types of human behavior, the less we're likely to actually do that behavior. Anyway, try it. Try it sometime. You don't have to say it out loud, but just like in your mind, just be like, I respect your power. That's what I did to the guy. I like pulled it out and I left and I was like, I respect your power, dude. Good for you. That's awesome. Wish I could just drive up and take 2 spots. That's cool. I mean, not cool, but you know what I mean? And it's amazing how it makes people drop their defenses. It's a total energetic thing and it's the craziest thing, but I swear to God, you guys, try it. Just try it with someone who's being passive aggressive, rude, mean, bullying, any of that. And just look right at them. I respect your power. I get it. So try that. You can try deep breathing. You can try being in the moment. You can try like just looking around at everything. Look at the steering wheel, look at the clock, look at the dashboard. everything in your environment and just look at it. Just be like amazed at how things look, or like this part's shiny, this part's like got a matte finish. This one, like, just like look at everything that's in your car and like really forget about time and space and concentrate on your immediate environment. Also, you could play games, just like with kids that get bored in the car and you have to come up with stuff for them to do. Count, see how many license plates from Colorado or Pennsylvania or whatever come up. And then then it gives them something to do for a while. Come up with something kind of fun that you can do. Entertain yourself. Also, like if you think you're gonna, I feel some of you, but I have to get to work on time or I'm gonna be in big trouble. Call them and let them know you're running late. That's always a respectful thing to do. Hey, I'm running 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know, I'm stuck. I'm just stuck, and just so you know. That's always cool. Also, like, imagine that when you get there, that they'll be cool with it. Whatever we imagine, we create. So just don't be, creating like them being stressed out that you're not there in time and them getting really mad at you. Just be like, imagine them being like, oh, I'm so glad you finally got here. I just figured you probably got stuck in traffic, and anticipate that type of a response. Gosh, what else? If you guys can think of anything else, list it down in the comments below as well. But those are pretty much some good tricks. Yeah. You can even start like making lists, like taking the time to, if there's stuff on your to-do list, takes thinking, have a to-do list ready in your notes in your phone, and then open up your notes while you're just sitting in traffic and just, what do I need to brainstorm right now? And then get your voice memo out and start blah, 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 blah. You could just like, multitask also. So long as you are not accelerating. If you're at a dead standstill, so there's all these different circumstances. But yeah, so that's a good test. That's a good test to see how you're doing in your humanitarian, in your ability to cope and tolerate other human beings on this planet. Pay attention to how you drive or how other people drive, and it'll tell you a lot. All right. Have a great day, you guys. Hope this helps some of you out in this situation, or gives you some kind of an epiphany or realization about the way you're relating to your world. All right. Mwah. Talk to you later.